Aaron Donald just showed up to Rams camp in full helmet. Sean McVay's response? Best tryout we've ever had. 3 years retired, 1 workout, and suddenly the entire NFC West has a reason to panic. Let's get the facts straight, because this one moved fast. On Wednesday, August 5th, Aaron Donald drove out to Loyola Marymount University, where the Rams were finishing training camp, and went through a full workout run by defensive line coach Giff Smith. He wore a helmet, he used Rams equipment, and he did not wear pads. Because he used team gear at a team site, Los Angeles was required to report the session to the league office, which is why the words Aaron Donald and tryout landed on the 4 o'clock wire the next afternoon and blew up every group chat in America. McVay tried to laugh it off. He told the NFL's Greg Rosenthal the tryout label was just semantics, then immediately followed it with, "I think he can make the team." 2 days later, he was still smiling, telling reporters at the Rams facility that Donald looked great and there was no new news on that front. Sure, Sean, no new news. The most disruptive interior defensive lineman of his generation shows up at your practice field in a helmet, and you want us to believe nothing is happening. So how did we get here? Rewind to June 1st at the Cleveland Browns facility. Cleveland did something almost nobody thought possible and traded Myles Garrett to the Rams. The Browns got pass rusher Jared Verse, a first-round pick in 2027, a second in 2028, and a third in 2029. Browns general manager Andrew Berry admitted he wanted Garrett to be a one-helmet player for his entire career, but said the Rams' offer put the franchise at a legitimate crossroads. The very next morning, Pat McAfee texted Aaron Donald. Donald texted back that the trade, quote, "for sure got me thinking." Then he added the line that has been echoing around the league ever since. 35, removed 2 years ago. Gotta see if that fire can light back up. That is not a man shutting a door. That is a man leaving it cracked open and walking away slowly. And remember exactly who we are discussing here. Donald retired in March of 2024 as the Rams' all-time sack leader with 111 sacks in 154 games, carrying 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 8 first-team All-Pro selections, and 10 Pro Bowl nods in 10 seasons, meaning he was never once left off. In his final year, he posted 53 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 23 quarterback hits, and 8 sacks, and Pro Football Focus graded him the second-best interior defensive lineman in all of football. Nobody pushed him out of this league. He walked away on his own terms while still wrecking games at an elite level. You have to understand what Donald would be joining, because Myles Garrett is not just another star pass rusher on a Los Angeles practice field. In 2025, he put together one of the most dominant defensive seasons ever recorded, piling up 23 sacks to break the single-season record Michael Strahan and TJ Watt had shared at 22.5. He added 33 tackles for loss, the second most by any player in 25 years, along with 39 quarterback hits and a 92.7 overall grade from Pro Football Focus, the best in the league for a 4th straight season. He won Defensive Player of the Year unanimously, taking all 50 first-place votes. And before anyone reaches for an asterisk, Cleveland's opponents dropped back to pass only 562 times last season, 3rd fewest in football. Garrett had fewer chances to get home than Strahan or Watt ever did, and he shattered the record anyway. Now picture that man rushing off the edge, while Aaron Donald collapses the pocket from the interior. This is where it gets frightening for offensive coordinators, and I want to explain the actual mechanics, because star power alone is not the story. Modern pass protection is built around help. You slide the offensive line toward the dangerous edge rusher. You chip with a tight end. You keep a running back in to scan. Every one of those answers costs you a receiver in the route. Against Garrett alone, teams already made that trade every Sunday. Now add a 3 technique who beats guards before they finish their kick slide, and the math collapses. You cannot slide protection toward Garrett and double Donald on the same snap. Somebody ends up one-on-one, and both of those matchups are losses before the quarterback finishes his drop. It goes deeper than those two names. Defensive coordinator Chris Shula still has Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, and Byron Young rotating through that front. Turner was drafted to be Donald's successor and spent the 2023 season learning beside him in the Rams' locker room. This defense would not need Donald for 60 snaps a game. Give it 25 high-leverage rushes on third down, and the entire structure changes. Now let's slow down, because there are real obstacles here, and I am not going to pretend otherwise. Start with money. Los Angeles is sitting on roughly $15 million in cap space, and this front office likes to carry about $10 million into the season for in-season moves. Peter Schrager reported in mid-July that Donald and the Rams had not even discussed contract numbers yet. There is a separate cash problem too, because Donald retired with time left on his deal, and the team still owes him around $30 million from that contract. Then there is the body. He turned 35 in May. He has not taken a live NFL snap since January of 2024. A workout in a helmet with no pads proves a man is in tremendous shape. It does not prove he can anchor against a double team in the fourth quarter in Australian humidity. And the history is genuinely mixed. Reggie White came back at 38 and gave Carolina 5.5 sacks. Phillip Rivers returned to Indianapolis and went 0-3. Jason Witten's comeback is mostly remembered as a cautionary tale. Coming back is easy. Coming back and being great is rare, so why would he do it? Two reasons, and both are sitting in plain sight. Number one, Super Bowl 61 will be played on February 14, 2027 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. That is the Rams' home building. The last time that stadium hosted a Super Bowl, in February of 2022, Aaron Donald won it, and he made the game-ending play on the final snap. He has already lived this exact movie once, in that exact stadium. Number two, unfinished business in Seattle. Last January, the Rams walked into Lumen Field for the NFC Championship game and lost 31-27. Sam Darnold threw for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Seahawks went on to win Super Bowl 60. Los Angeles finished 12-5, got within 4 points of the biggest stage in sports, then watched their division rival lift the trophy. Matthew Stafford just won league MVP at 37 years old. Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua are both catching passes at SoFi. Trent McDuffie is locking down the secondary. This roster's championship window is wide open right now, and Aaron Donald knows exactly how fast those windows slam shut. So where does the situation actually stand today? Mike Florio reported that Donald's decision timeline has slipped from the beginning of this week to the end of it. He still has to pass a physical before Los Angeles can legally hand him a contract. And if the answer is yes, the plan is reportedly the same ramp-up the Rams used after his holdouts in 2017 and 2018, targeting 30 to 40 snaps in Week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on September 11th. Sit with that image for a second. The first NFL game ever played on Australian soil. Aaron Donald walking out of that tunnel beside Myles Garrett in front of 100,000 people who have never seen a professional football snap in person. Forget the feel-good veteran comeback framing. What you would be watching is the most feared defensive front in modern football assembling itself in real time on the other side of the planet. Let me give you my honest read. Players who are genuinely finished do not drive to a training camp facility, ask for a helmet, and grind through drills with a position coach. They stay home with their families. Everything about Donald's behavior since June 1st has looked like a man who already knows his answer and is simply waiting for his body to confirm it. If he signs, the Rams become the most terrifying defensive front in the sport overnight, and every quarterback in the NFC West should be losing sleep. If he walks away, this ends as the greatest tryout in NFL history that never turned into a contract. Either way, the decision is landing within days. Drop a comment and tell me straight up, Is Aaron Donald lining up in Melbourne next month? And hit that subscribe button, because the second this news breaks, we are covering it the same day.